greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Greed clarifies, cuts through, and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit.
I'm perplexed, though, because Gordon Gekko is supposed to be a villain, but to an entire generation of Wall Streeters that followed that movie, he really is a hero.
What he was doing in the movie is quaint by today's standards. It's a very different business than what Wall Street is now.
Yeah, a lot has changed in 25 years.
Someone reminded me I once said, greed is good. Now it seems it's legal.
How was the culture before the first one came out, and how's that changed versus now?
Yeah, I think a really important way to understand it is just to think about what kind of skills and what kind of actual physical features you needed to thrive on Wall Street back in the 80s. For all of Wall Street history, up until the last, say, 10 or so years, being big was really important. Having a loud voice was really important. Wall Street was still trading things in, large rooms where loud guys, mostly guys, would scream things out at someone who had to hear them clearly.
Give me guys that are poor, smart, and hungry, and no feelings. You win a few, you lose a few, but you keep on fighting.
Today, very, very, very little, if any, activity, almost none, is done in person in that way. It's almost all done on computers, and so being big and loud is so much less important. It's a much geekier culture now, that being smart, being able to analyze numbers and charts very quickly is really the skills that will get you ahead today. In the 1980s, the typical Wall Street person made around 3 times as much as someone with a similar educational background in some other profession, like doctor or engineer or something. Whereas today, they would make 4 times as much.
Now listen, Jerry, I'm looking for negative control, okay? No more than 35%. Just enough to block anybody else's merger plans and find out from the inside if the books are cooked.
So to go back and look at the first movie now, it really seemed dusty. It would be a real relic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if someone came to a large bank today or financial services firm and said, I want to do exactly what he did. I want to do aggressive, leveraged buyouts of industrial firms, get cost savings by cutting crooked deals with union leaders. They'd be like, what are you talking about?
They're analysts. They don't know preferred stock from livestock, all right?
We can make so much more money just exploiting tiny percentage, micro percentage changes between the cost of borrowing overnight in New York versus London or something like that.
30,000, 3/8 top. I go along at 23. You got it. Now you own it. Conwest there, let me check it.
The approach has changed a bit too. Bud Fox, the Charlie Sheen character, went to Wall Street hoping to get rich. Now folks go to Wall Street expecting to get rich.
So if you think of the type of person who could succeed in the old world, in a world where, muscles and strength and a loud voice were as important as a college degree, it was really possible to be someone without a sterling education, someone without a real sophisticated understanding of finance, but with a salesman's bluster and a real ambitious go-get-'em attitude, you could have a shot at making your way up the ladder. I mean, if you think about who's hiring people today, they're really going to look for someone with a level of education, a level of mental acuity and proven skills that's at a much higher level. And so there's fewer of those people to choose from. And then if you are one of the people selected, your chances of succeeding are much higher.
Bud Fox would never make it on Wall Street now, is what you're saying.
I mean, you should go back, get a master's degree in math or physics or something, and then give it a try.